Yo, what is going on? I hope you are well wherever you are, whatever the time, and welcome back to another episode of Why Not Me. Today, I'm going to be showing you an upper body session and also giving you a bit of an update with my competition prep and also my physique as well, because I think it's been a while since I've shown my physique on YouTube and where we're currently at. I've been in a very good place with my conditioning for a while and we've been ahead of the curve. That's obviously very exciting because this year I am coaching myself, and something that I want to bring to the stage is incredible conditioning, but also a lot of fullness. But without further ado, let's get into the upper body session. So this upper body session is more so focused on my chest and my shoulders as opposed to my back. I have two different upper body sessions across the week. As I've mentioned many times before, but if you're new here, I am doing a lower upper split and then rest. So lower, upper, rest, and essentially repeat. I've got two different leg sessions and two different upper body sessions. And then I have different rotations or different variations of those sessions as well. So what I found with this split really is that my legs have responded really well. And the reason that I switched to this split was to try and bring up my legs because of the increased frequency. And I thought with the increase in frequency as well, my upper body would respond the same. But it's grown, but it's just not been the same as what my legs have done. I think this split has worked really well for my legs. So moving forward, I'm going to be keeping this split the same, but I'll be changing the upper to push or pull. But I'll make that change probably after I finish this prep. But I think, as I've said on my Instagram as well, I think when you see a trend in the industry, bodybuilding or fitness or whatever it is, there's no harm in trying it out and kind of having your own twist to it and having your own variation to it and actually assessing how it works for you. Because there's a lot of content on social media with people telling you how to do things in a certain way, but unless you've tried it yourself, you just you just don't know how it works on your body, right? So I think that's really important to understand. There's always going to be those fundamentals, calorie deficit and surplus, bulking and whatnot, but little things and variations in terms of your split or exercise selection or order, try these things out for yourself and see if it actually works for you. But bit of a prep update. So I am now officially 13 weeks out. Well, as of tomorrow, I'm 13 weeks out from my first show of the season, which will be the PCA Naturals 3 in Kettering. So it's about 2 hours away from where I am at the minute. And that's going to be the first one, a PCA show. I've said before I want to do a PCA show because I think the production of the show is incredible and they seem to look after their athletes really well. I've also never done a PCA show before, so it'll be something different. They're also obviously trying to get into the natural bodybuilding game, and I think that's only going to grow over time. So PCA show, which is going to be the 27th of July, 13 weeks out. Really excited. I just done my entry for the show this past week, so everything is all locked in and secured now. After that, the show will be the WMBF show, which will be the open show on the 14th of September, and then it will be the UKDFBA show, and then I'll likely do the UKDFBA finals if I qualify. Hopefully I will, and then the PCA finals as well. I'm not too certain if I'm going to do the BMBF show shows or qualifiers, just because their finals are in Perth in Scotland, and that's quite a trip away. That's going to end up being very expensive. I would also want to obviously make sure I'm staying in Scotland. I wouldn't want to travel to the show on show day. So again, I don't think I'll end up doing the BMBF this year, which is a shame because I really do like that show. I don't really see the point in me doing a qualifier. The qualifiers are local, like I could do the Northern. The Northern I think is in Manchester, so it's literally next door to me, right? But there's no point in me doing a qualifier and not going to the finals. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But the show and how it's run and also the lighting at the BNBF shows are incredible. Really, really good. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So how am I currently feeling? I'm feeling good. I recently made a drop to my food. I don't know the macros off the top of my head, but there was a decent drop in carbohydrates, especially on my rest days. And body weight is coming down. This morning, I was 97.5 kilos, which is a new low. So officially into the 214 pound range, which is awesome. I was last time actually in peak week for my first show at this body weight 2 years ago. And I was also 6 weeks out from my first planned show of 2023 at this body weight as well. And I've made some pretty cool improvements. I actually put up a story of a comparison of me at 98 kilos compared to 96 kilos in 2023. And I feel leaner now, and obviously I've got more weeks to bring that condition in even more as well. And I'm also 2 kilos up, which is obviously very exciting. So obviously a very successful off season, and so far prep is going smoothly. I think one of the issues that I was worried about prior to going into prep was my hip. So I've really doubled down on making sure that I'm doing my mobility work. I also see a physio once a month, Flux Physio Sports Therapy, for the plug there. But he's really good. He's helped me out a lot. And although my hip isn't perfect, it's not bothering me during training sessions. I can pose really well. So it's gone much better than what I had anticipated, because I wasn't going to prep if my hip just wasn't in a really good place. So yeah, that's been going well, which is awesome. I am having some more moments where I feel a little bit more tired. I'm definitely a little bit more tired in the evening. And I guess this is a little bit of a tip for anybody who is looking to compete for the first time or they don't really know what to expect. I think people go into a competition prep thinking that the only problem that they'll have or issue that they'll run into will be hunger. Like, oh, I don't love food like that anyway. I'm not a big foodie. Like, that's fine. Like, I don't mind not eating. Like, I can eat one meal a day and I'll be like, most people think that hunger is going to be their main problem. But when you get to a certain level of body fat, there's more going on than just hunger. Your body will change, and almost, of course, you're not in survival mode, because you can just go get food if you want, but your body can't distinguish between whether or not you're in bloody the 1200s or 2025. It needs food and it needs to survive. So hunger signal, of course, is going to be higher, but you're also going to be more tired. You're going to feel a lot more lethargic. You're also probably not going to have that great of a libido. So your libido will probably go down, because why would your body want to be in a position to reproduce when it doesn't even know when it's getting food, or it is obviously like void of resources right now? It wouldn't make any sense, right? So libido is going to be down as well. Training sessions feel definitely tougher. Things feel heavier. You have to push a lot more, and your feet feel a lot heavier. Your legs feel like they're dragging a bit more. And it can be very easy to not be present in things. You can be very spaced out. You can almost, one way that people describe people in a competition prep, especially people that have gone through it for the first time, is they're almost just like a shell of themselves. And I know that can sound really strange, but unless you've experienced it, that's almost what it feels like. I think as I've gained more experience, this is now my third season competing and dieting, you almost become aware of those feelings, and because when the first time it happens, you're not really aware it's happening. Like the first time I went for a prep, it was the first time I'd ever done a diet, let alone a competition prep. It was the first time I ever actually intentionally put myself in a calorie deficit. So you're just not aware of those things. But as you get more experience, you become aware of those things. I also think it's really important to be honest in your communication with people around you, because that is going to help. If you almost are just in denial of how you're feeling, that's not going to help people around you. And if people who are around you care about you, they'll do what they can to help you. It doesn't excuse you being an absolute knob, but it's really important to be honest in your communication with people. Don't worry if you're going to offend people. There's nothing wrong in saying that you are tired, or that you feel like you have a little bit less energy today. You can still show up for people, but just be honest with that communication. But yeah, I've definitely noticed that I'm a little bit more tired. I'm going to bed earlier, waking up earlier. Sleep is also one thing that can be definitely impacted during contest prep, because again, you're hungry. You're probably going to be woken up. Your body's going to wake you up to try and go get some food. Like, yeah, you need to eat right now. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, you need to get some nutrition in you. So you'll be waking up a lot more as well, like sometimes in the middle of the night, which can affect a lot of people. Luckily for me, that's not something that's happened, and that's not something that typically happens to me that frequently with sleep. But I've definitely noticed I am waking up earlier, but it's probably because I'm going to bed earlier, right? But overall, yeah, in a really good place. Really happy with how my physique is looking. Really happy with the improvements that have been made to my legs. I really think this lower upper split has done wonders for my lower body, which is great. And as I said, moving forward, I'll definitely keep in that lower body frequency because I think that's been the key. Just training legs literally every 3 days. I have 3 sleeps between my leg days. Across 9 days, I've trained my legs 3 times, which is a lot. So I think that's been a key. Upper body's good. I'm happy with where that's at. Honestly, through the front of my upper body, I'm pretty much there. And I think through my quads as well, in terms of stage condition, I'm pretty much there. It's just the rear, it's just the glutes. And I think if you want that conditioning for your glutes, one, you're obviously going to need the muscle there. Like, you need a good chunk of muscle. If you're a first timer and you've been training for 2 years, it's going to be really hard for you to get that detail, those tiger stripes all the way up your glutes, because you just haven't got the muscle there. And trying to get your physique to that point, you're probably going to lose other body parts that are strong on you. So you're going to end up looking like a bloody prisoner of war, like Survivor, because you just haven't got the muscle there. So one is obviously having the muscle there, and 2 is making sure that you're in condition early and you've got time to come down. If you haven't got lines in your glutes at like 8 to 10 weeks out, they're probably not going to just show up. It's just probably just not going to, like, you can't be 4 or 5 weeks out and being like, just waiting for the glutes to come in now. Like, if you're natural, it's probably not going to happen. You might get a little bit more detail, but you're not going to go from not much detail to glutes tiger striped and detailed and shredded throughout. It's just not really going to happen. I think you've also got to bear in mind that it isn't a glute contest. It is not a glute contest. So if you are sacrificing your arms, your back, your quads, and like other body parts that are strong on you potentially, that put you in with a shot of winning, don't chase glutes. There's people with shredded glutes that don't win competitions because they just haven't got that size, that balance, that muscle mass everywhere else. So yeah, but appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure you like the video, like the damn video. And I'll see you next week for another episode.